And reboot the mission. All right, it's 8:26 now, and we got more music on the way, but right now in studio, time for our Friday Foodies segment, and very happy to have Abby from Abby's Swahili Delights in studio. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning to you, too.
And thanks for coming in and talking with us a little bit. I wanted to have you in because, you're the first restaurant caterer that we've had on this feature that doesn't have a brick and mortar restaurant. You're operating out of the farmers market. That's where I saw you first, at the farmers market, and then at the kitchen over on the business loop. Explain what's happening there.
Okay, the kitchen that I use, it's a commercial kitchen. The name is Como Cooks.
Como Cooks?
Yes.
It's right on the business loop. It's really easy to get to.
Yes, it is. It's easy to get it. We're just opposite Love Coffee. So they help small businesses to have a kitchen to be able to sell to the public. So most of the people, they don't have money to open a restaurant or just to have a kitchen on their own, which is very expensive to have. The concept is so good. And yeah, we just pay per hour and we work together, and it's fun. It's fun to have other cooks in the kitchen.
How long have you been a cook? Has that been your lifelong passion?
Yeah,
Has it always been food?
It's basically I loved cooking since I was a small girl. My mom taught me how to cook. Sometimes I will hide because she didn't want me to get burnt, because I was always curious and trying new recipes. Sometimes I'm like, whatever she makes, I want to make it different. I'm like, what if you add salt? What if you add this and that? And she used to tell me, no, you don't need to do that. So, and I just told her, okay, I know I don't want to be a chef growing up, but I would do it for my family. I will do it for my husband and kids. I just know that the heart of a house is food and love.
Well,
so
I'll tell you, the food that we've had, and last week we went by and you had the dinner over at the kitchen on the business loop, and I got some of the shrimp with coconut rice, which was delicious. My wife and I loved that. And then there was another dish that you gave me, and was it the pigeon peas curry last year?
No. Last week we had the mung beans.
Mung beans.
Yeah, mung beans curry and coconut.
Oh, that was delicious. And I want to tell you that the Swahili flatbread that you cook has now ruined my wife, the queen. Okay, she loves naan and flatbread like that. And we bought it at the store. And she says, I can't eat that anymore. This is way too good. I've learned, I've been enlightened now, And so she wanted me to ask you for the recipe for that flatbread. But it was all so delicious. And when you have an interesting profile. The flavor profiles for Swahili food is a little bit different. Why don't you explain that?
Okay, Swahili food basically comes from Indian, Arab, and Portuguese. They used our pot to do trade for spices in Africa and some other stuff that they were trading. And where I come from, it's the coastal of Kenya. So that's where they all came. Most of them, they got married there. Some of them, they moved and decided to stay there. And so the Swahili started learning their language and mixing it with their own. So that's how Swahili was formed. It's a mix of languages. And then because the coastal, we have the coconut, the Swahilis don't use other types of oil to cook, even for your face and body. And
it's all coconut oil.
All coconut. We just use coconut. And then the spices coming from the trade, and because it was plants and they're herbs, so the Swahilis love anything that is natural, because they care so much for their health. So we use coconut milk if we are in place of milk or any other stuff. You use coconut milk. We use coconut oil to cook. So it's basically coconuts this, coconut that.
Yeah. It works. So I'll just say that. And curry is a big part of...
Yes. The curry basically comes mostly from the Indian the Indian food. Our food tastes similar to Indian food, but we just do a small twist to make it our own. We don't want to make it be 100% Indian. Mostly Indians, they like, when they spice their food, they need to put spicy. They need to make it spicy. Like, they like hot food.
Uh-huh.
And we don't like it super hot. Yes, some of the people, they like it hot, but not everyone. We always have like a sauce on the side to go with it for whoever wants it hot.
To bump it up a little bit. We're talking with Abby Mitchell from Abby's Swahili Delights. And, you know, when I got my dish last Friday, I asked about the spice because I like things hot. And my only other experience with Swahili food, I was at a farmer's market in Arizona, and the guy was at a table, and he was selling jars of hot sauce, and one of them was called Swahili Heat. And I said, well, I'm going to try that. And I took it home, and it was the hottest stuff I've ever tasted in my life. It was just fire. And so that was kind of what I was expecting from all of this Swahili food, but that's only a small portion of it.
Yes, that's okay. So I can make the Swahili heat, but most of the people here, as I've learned, Colombia people, they don't like spicy stuff.
I like spicy stuff, and that was tough for me to take. It's so hot.
I have the sauces on the side for whoever wants to make it hot. And everyone was like, you need to sell it. You need to sell it. I was just giving it out with the samosas or the food, whoever wants it. So I was just giving it out for free.
Well, you gave me a little bitty cup of that red hot sauce, and I put it in with my shrimp and coconut rice, and whew, that just lit it up, and it was delicious.
Thank you.
Now, tonight, out at on the Business Loop, you're doing another dinner.
Yes.
So, what we're going to have Swahili delicious beef pilau?
Pilau, yes.
Okay. And how is that prepared?
So pilau is a one meal cuisine. Like, pilau it's a meal that you put everything together. So we have different types of pilau. We have beef pilau, lamb pilau, we have goat pilau, we have chicken pilau. So having these, it's like making it easy for any occasion. Like, maybe you just got home and you don't know what to cook. You don't want to be boiling rice on the side, making stew and everything. So it's like this one, you just mix everything up with the right spices, and it becomes a meal on its own, and it's so nice.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
Another thing that you sell, and you sell these at the farmer's market too. I've seen this, the beef and veggie samosas. And these are, there's filling inside of a pastry of some sort, right?
Yes. Samosas came from Indians, mostly. Everyone once say that it came from whoever, I don't know. That's not important. But samosas, the Indians make it with only vegetables. Mostly they do with potatoes. And we do it back home too with the potatoes, but not everyone likes potatoes. So I tried to make it the way we make it back home. We do it with beef. We do it with other types of vegetables. So coming here, I was like, what do I do? Which one will they like? And I know there's some places here in Colombia that sell potatoes, samosas. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Let me be different. So if someone wants the potato one, they will go and get it from the other place. So everyone will be selling. It's not like I want to take all the sales for samosas.
Yeah.
So I decided to be putting mung beans or the red lentils. So it depends with what I get in the market, because I have to go to St. Louis to get the best stuff. I like using organic stuff mostly. And even the spices, I have to go for the original ones. If I use anything that is not original, then the taste will not be there.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you also, there's a lot of vegetarian options. Obviously, you talked a lot about the vegetarian food that you serve. So, is this food is it halal? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's halal, 100%
Explain
halal.
that to me. What is that? What does that mean?
So, halal, I am a Muslim. So what we do, the way we butcher, the style of butchering, we don't kill or let's say, goat or the cow cruelly, we say a prayer and we thank God for giving us that animal. It's like you're being grateful for the sacrifice. Something had to die for you to eat, for you to have a meal. So most of the people, they will just butcher it and throw it, and then it will be jumping before it died. That is cruel. So it's like you're not grateful for that sacrifice. So it's just a simple prayer and thanking God that something had to sacrifice their life for you to have a meal. That is where the halal comes from. I hope I'm not like making it wrong.
Yeah.
So many people have it explained in different ways, but that's my understanding.
Yeah.
You have to pray for it.
Abby's Swahili Delights. You can find her at the farmers market. Absolutely, always there. And then the pop-up kitchen over on the Business Loop. You also do catering?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do catering. So for me to come up with the Friday menus, I started catering last year, and I was not getting a bunch of catering orders because most of the people, they're scared. They don't know what Swahili food is, so they cannot have me as their caterer. And then I was like, what do I do? So at first, I got the opportunity to do the City of Refuge Day, the World Refugee Day, from the City of Refuge. And I was able to give out food, and people tried it and they were like, oh, so this is Swahili food.
And
then I got another opportunity of doing Taste of Columbia. And there also a lot of people came, and I ran out of food. I felt so bad because everyone was there.
Not as bad as they felt.
Yeah. So everyone was there, and everyone wants to try the new thing, something they don't know. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be able to give everyone what I sell, but most of them, they still come, and they already know what Swahili food is. I would not go just somewhere and ask for a caterer to make food that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'll be having my guest. I want to impress.
Sure.
So I decided to come up with a menu and be doing different menus every week and see what do people like from the Swahili.
What have you found out? What do they love?
They love almost everything.
Right. That's where I am.
They love everything. They love everything.
It's people, you got to be adventurous. Try things that you're not used to trying, and you'll be surprised.
Yeah, that's what I love about this city. It's just good.
Oh, we enjoyed it last Friday, and I'm sure it'll be a big success tonight as well. It goes on from 5 until 7 at 14 East Business Loop, Columbia. It's in the strip mall there, directly across from Love Coffee, and you will be able to... oh, great. I should turn that off. But you go get a dinner from Abby. Abby's Swahili Delights. Abby, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's very nice talking to you, and delicious food. Keep it going. This is kind of how some other places started and then ended up with full-on brick and mortar restaurants. Mm-hmm. So
that's true. Yeah, so that's my dream. I would like to have a very big restaurant, African here. So, but at the moment, it's I'm still waiting to see how things go.
I got to ask you one more question.
Mm-hmm.
In Columbia, of the restaurants around town, who else is doing things right that you think? What's another restaurant in town that you enjoy?
I love India House because they have something similar.
Mm-hmm. That's on Broadway.
Yeah, on Broadway.
Yeah.
India House is good. And I also love the Mexican food.
All right.
It's similar to our food, but they don't put the spices that we put. It's the same food, but the way they cook it, it's a little bit different.
That's really interesting.
It's good. I love, if I would go out, or if anyone wants to ask me out and I have to go to a restaurant, I love the Mexican
food.
Yeah,
That's
because they have similar things.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, Abby, have a great weekend. Thanks again for coming in, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. Friday Foodies and Abby Swahili Delights, our guest today. Got to take a break and pay bills. I'm coming back. I've got music from Of Monsters and Men next.
PSA for anyone who's not the best